Alright guys, as you last saw, we were supposedly supposed to save a unicorn. So apparently that's what we're gonna do. So I have the option to either go fire and steel, which is all out. But we're gonna use her as bait. But anyways, welcome back guys, and I hope you are having a great day. Not sure when you are watching this, but I'm doing these as like rows, so they're just going down. So anyways, as you can see, we are hiding out in the middle of a field. They're up on a hill in a granite slab, sacrificing a unicorn, which is apparently a him because our mistress decided to look under said belt. So, anyways, um, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, let's use bait. But I feel like they're gonna kill her though. If she wants to do it, let her do it. Very well. We shall help you get your vengeance, you tell Kabla. If you have any wishes to live, do not fight them. Simply lure them into none of that Rainer and myself to do the bloody work. You and Rainer take up ambush positions on each side of an animal trail. When you're ready, Clive walks off towards the evil priest hill. Soon you hear shouting and Clive sprints past your hiding place. You see three men chasing her and they appear to be running perfectly into your ambush. Nice shot, Clive, you think. You hope to lure more than three since you counted more than 20 total. Killing this trio would do little to thin their numbers. Still, 3 dead villains is a good start. And you can't allow these men to catch Clava. What do you do? I feel like that's going to be very loud and they're going to see that. So let's use Dagger. Yeesh. As planned, Reiner has halted them by attacking the front. Now it is your turn to strike from the rear. You're not much with a blade, but even a wizard can stab someone in the back well enough. The priest shrieks as you stab him over and over, using a blade for such is beneath you, to be sure. But you are a practical young man. Best to save your spell's power for when you truly need it. The third one unsheathes a short sword and turns towards you as though to escape back to the comrades. You block his way and he swings at you. You jump back, but the tip of the sword slices into your stomach. Although you paid for your little blockage maneuver, it allows Reiner to come up from behind and cut the priest down. You clutch your cut stomach. Your tunic has darkened with blood. Nevertheless, you do not think the wound is serious. Reiner hacks them. He stabs even though he is motionless on the ground. He will not rise, Ragnar. You need not make a mess of the corpse of every man I slay, you say. But I must. You wield that dagger like a child, like a little, but you put your palm in your gesture that says, I have heard enough. Oh God, I've done. Presently, Kava trots out of the forest. She stops short of the fallen priest and beams down at them. Wonderful, she said. She should set their heads upon spikes to decorate our camp. What? Well, it is not time to start playing with their parts just yet, you say. They have lost only 3 men out of perhaps 2 dozen. I heard a woman scream. Was it the frightened little girl? Banton. A voice carries from the direction of the priest hill. Laughing trickles in through the trees. We had better do something quick about the suspicions of our remaining enemies are aroused. Oh, you caught me. Done those cloaks, raise the hoods, and drag me up the hill. They are not so stupid as to mistake us for their comrades, and well, we dare not attack so many without surprise, and we cannot simply sneak up on them now. Surely they are watching the woods, they say. Keep your backs to them as you drag me. Ragnar shakes his head. This ambush worked well enough. Perhaps we could call more of them into the woods. Now we need help searching for the girl. If I had enough power, I could become invisible and go up there alone to cut the unicorn free. You think obviously a risky move. In terms of mana, would be a sorry about the distraction on one side of them. Oh, distraction on one side as Ragnar charges up the hill on the other. Titus, Batten, come now. The ceremony must continue. Shout in the distance. What do you do? Lure more into an ambush. Help us find her, Ragnar shouts. Bet. In a disgusted voice that sounds like an angry moose. You and Ragnar laugh into your sleeve. What fine sport this is, you whisper. Idiots, come in errant voice. Leave her then. The ceremony must proceed. You sigh. I do not think this ruse will work. We cannot expect them to their prize on the hill to beat the bushes for a girl. We must act quickly before they become suspicious. Are you serious? I just died. Bet. Ragnar and Kava make their way towards one edge of the woods while you creep up to the spot with a clear view where you shall cast your illusion spell. Meanwhile, the priests shout threats and insults to their perceived laggard companions. Some of them begin chanting, and it looks like they are going to resume their ceremony without the others. You have the goblins materialize out of the woods and charge up the hill, snapping and yelping. The morning sun glints off their spears, tips, and what a nice touch. A priest raises the alarm, and the others goblins in daylight, one of them shout. Other priests begin casting spells, and soon the hiss of their death through the air into the untrick horde. You try to have the goblins react realistically. Several fall as the rays rip through them. Nevertheless, you know you cannot keep this ruse up for long. Meanwhile, Ragnar and Kala are rushing up the hill from the other side. Humans and goblin, magical trickery. Kill the humans, shout Lord from somewhere in the mist. Before the priests can turn their full attention to Ragnar and Kala, the two reach hacking and stabbing. This causes a fair amount of confusion. However, they are already beginning to rally, and you know Ragnar will not be able to survive a barrage of death magic. You charge up the hill, shouting at the top of your lungs while trying to maintain enough concentration on your illusion to keep it going. Granted, many of the priests now realize the hoax, but there are still a few fighting the phantoms, and you need their attention divided if you have any hopes of surviving. You're nearly upon them before a dark, hissing ray strikes you in the abdomen. You crumple over. At last, you finally succumb to your wounds and collapse. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, we're going back. So, what do you do? Cast illusion spell, turn invisible. So I didn't know you could die actually. So I only have 6 health. So if I would have had more, I could have lived. But I'm low. Um, the only thing I can do is turn invisible because I've already told him I don't know her. So turn invisible. Nasty trickster player slash reader. Quickly, you cast your spell and creep up the hill. The evil priests are bunched together and closely in a circle around the slab of granite, so you have to take care. It is critical that you do not touch anyone because that would break your invisibility illusion. Your spell book is very explicit about this point. Pass not even like a breeze, for even the wind is felt by man. Become nothing and nothing will know you. You recall the spell instruction saying, one priest shifts to one side and you have enough room to pass without so much as brushing their long sleeves. Although you have avoided touching anyone, you cannot help making some measures of noises with your footfalls. Fortunately, their chanting deafens them to your passes. Now that you have passed into their inner circle, you can make out their words in the infernal language. We praise you, ancient one. You are free, servants, slaves to your will. We are not for mercy. We ask only to serve. Over and over they repeat this. One of the hooded man looks familiar. Balfour, the farmer. He comes into Ring City to sell his apples every harvest. You know him because he always gets drunk and makes trouble. The guards have learned to keep an eye on him when he has coin in his pocket. You would never have imagined he was mixed up with dark powers, though. A few others look familiar, too. Although you can't place them, they must be locals of Ring City. You are now near the unicorn, and you have your dagger out. You have a couple of options. You could simply cut the unicorn free and start the fight, or you could try to scare the priest first. If I cut the unicorn, it says my magicka will come a priest, so they'll see me. We're gonna have to use illusion. Fair enough. You know that will cast a more realistic illusion if you pick something you have seen before. What do you want? Demon from the altar room. The magic of that shadowy demon is burned into your mind, and so it is easy to create the illusion of it. Evidently, you do a good job. For as the shadow horn horror emerges from the stone slab, gas erupts from the crowd. All of them fall to their knees and kneel down, butts in the air. We are your slave, Unroll. We pledge our souls to your ancient power, the head police says in Infernal. And alternatively, back to the abyss, fiend, the unicorn says in the common tongue. One large dark eye staring up at your illusion. You nearly shout in surprise. You've never seen a horse talk. His horsey lips do not move about like a human's. Rather, his mouth simply opens and the words spell out. Fear not, unicorn, you whisper in one of the long ears. It's merely an illusion. You then cut the unicorn's bound with your dagger. The priest still, their faces down in the dirt when the unicorn gores the first of them. Soon there are panic stricken. Possessed, he has possessed the beast. Mercy on us. You hear a priest shout as he runs down the hill towards the... You can hold your illusion and your invisibility no longer. Trickery, one of the priests shout. He begins casting a spell, but the unicorn gores him before he finishes. Kill the beast, shouts Lord from amidst the other priests. Spells are casting, and the air fills with hissing dark bolts of electricity. You duck behind the stone as one sizzes above you. Peeking over the stone, you see several dark bolts strike the unicorn, and it whines in pain. Most of the remaining priests are so focused on the unicorn that they don't even notice joining the rear of their fury, swinging his sword with a grim smile on his face. Somehow they are oblivious to the butchering behind them. An earl's name, Di, the lady from her father's side, as she sends forth a crackling ray into the side of the magnificent horse crashes to the ground. Behind, someone shouts. Now the priests turn their attention. I have 4 men. You charge, dagger in hand, shouting like a madman, with you striking from one side and Raginod on the other side. The remnants of the priests scatter, and a flurry of stabs. You cut down a final one before reaching the woods. A shadow falls across your path, and you about is clouded. Her ragged dress is blotched with blood, and the dagger drips with the gore of a fresh kill. She has a maniac smile on her face. Revenge, revenge for my captivity, she exclaims. She then runs off, presumably to hunt down more. You are considered joining her when you catch a glimpse of Lady to the woods below. I have enough coins in luck, so not now. You rush into the woods to investigate, sitting propped against a fallen log only a few meters away. Is his glassy, lifeless eyes stare down at entrails spilled out upon his lap. There are symbols drawn in blood on large stones nearby. Kneeling beside him is the lady. She is searching his pockets. Where is it? She shouts at her father and slaps him in the face. Where is what? You ask her as you take a step closer. She looks at you with surprise, and then she smiles. God be praised, you saved me from my cursed father and his minions. Save you from them? You are a priestess of the death, are you not? You ask. You have fantasized about oppression more times than you can count, but you never expected your first would be those. No, I was a slave to my father, she says, her first enraged. She then smiles down at the mangled corpse next to her. Now he is gone and I am free. But we must not dally here. Unruly monster from another world stalks nearby. She points at one of the blood symbols. You look back to see Raginod chasing and hacking priests in the grassy field beyond. Extends her gloved and bloodied hand. Small, glowing orbs appear and circles her finger. She stares at the orbs, and Hanson says, perhaps with this help of good people I might find again the light of the world. Holy shit, she's actually hot. Alright, snapping out of her meditation, she returns her attention to you and says urgently, quickly gather your friends and follow me. I'm a charmer. Damn it! You point at the lake and recite the magical words. Enter with blowing kisses in the air. Unfortunately, while you're doing this, she casts a spell of her own, a not so kissy one. A dark ray springs from her hand just as you complete your spell. Her aim is poor, but the ray strikes you in the arm, and you feel cold as you sink to the ground. Well, at least I didn't die. Wait, am I dead? Seducer. Bunk, shucka bunk, wunk. So, I did get my luck back. Oh, I got 2 luck. Bet. Seducer. No, she exclaims as she rushes over to you. I am so sorry, my love. Now she is holding you in her arms, cuddling your hand. She bends down and kisses you. You forget the cold and close your eyes. She might be evil, but her lips are like honey, you think. You release yourself to the ecstasy of the moment, but your trance is interrupted by a shout, followed by a whoomp. Oh no! Ragnar, you shout. Gods, are you well? Ragnar said. Did that succubus drain the light from you? I saw her strike you with that death and then suck you. I am alive and my soul intact, you say weakly. I pray I saved you from any preversation, Ragnar asks. I suffered no preversation, you mutter sadly as you dare one last glance at the beautiful corpse. I'm actually kind of sad now. You stand up and grab Ragnar's shoulder for balance. Ragnar looks down at the body. Oh, is that the lady usually I remember how you used to speak? I am sorry. You smile weakly. We may need a drink tonight. Ragnar nods. Clever as well. He says. He points to the girl who was now running around the grassy hills crying and tripling in a panic. Only moments ago, our little merchant girl was dashing around this field wielding that dagger of mine like a bloodthirsty assassin. Now who is she? Is this the way of women? You shrug and jog out onto the grassland. You take stride to calm her, but that he will search just a few bodies before fleeing. No use in letting the vultures swallow our treasure, he says. It is not safe to stay out in the open. We must not dally, you warn your friend, and tugs to free herself from your grasp. Just then, above on the hill, the unicorn stands up. His legs are shaking and his eyes are bulging. You thought he was dead. No, not this. The unicorn bell for a moment, and then shouts tremblingly, "This world is mine!" Upon uttering this, gallops towards the granite slab and proceeds to bash his own head into it. You heard the horn snap with a crack. Blood splattered, and the creature batters his skull over and over. Gods, why? No, Ragnar. After a few seconds of the self with its jagged stub of a horn turned and charged down the hill towards you. All 3 of you shout as you run with advancements. When you reach the woods, you look back to see the unicorn thrusting on the grass, screeching in an unearthly tone. Evil magic, Renner says. You stare in horror. That this magic is beyond your understanding. Mentioning for the others to follow you, say, we have pressed good fortune long enough. Let us return to Ring City in the company of good people. Freaking men. The 3 of you set off towards Ring City, your beloved home. You and Ragnar are grateful to have some company for the lengthy walk. The 2 of you have long since exhausted your trove of stories and can nearly predict what each other will say. On the other hand, is full of stories of faraway places, creatures, and magic you've never heard of before. A merchant's daughter must really get around, as it turns out. Kaba's family has recently moved to Ring City, and her brother Jordan tends the candle shop there. Nevertheless, the bombardment you with questions about the city. Seems to want to know everything from who's who in the noble families down to the local gossip. The time passes quickly by nightfall. The tall gates of the city rise above you. The guards, typically a suspicious lot, usher the 3 of you in without hesitation. They have known you and Ragnar for years. Ragnar was once even a member of the guard. Once inside, you merely head to your loft. There, you rest and apply healing ointments to your wounds. You hide the majority of your loot under your floorboard. By the following morning, you are refreshed and feel stronger and more powerful than ever. You toss a hand of gold coins into your money pouch and meet up with Kaveh and Ragnar at the lowering virgin in for some much-deserved celebration. The three of you feast and drink and tell stories. Exaggerated, of course, to the end, regulars and otherwise roughly enjoy yourselves. There is no justice, there is no law, there is only power. You quote from the first page of the book bound in human skin that you lifted from the sacrament altar in Inverness Castle. Sounds just like what a good zombie rising. What a zombie rising. Sounds just like what a zombie rising. No good Gorgon's arse would write. Ragnar says with slur speech, the three of you are alone at a table in a corner of the inn, as all the other patrons have grown bored of your boasting and tall tales and have gone to bed. You page through the book. Ha, what's this? You exclaim. This speaks of the Baroness Ireland lying with Sir Roger of Chesterford. Evo gasps no more, says, and then takes a swig of wine. Well, the account seems rather detailed. You read further, and Guildmaster Franz Percals has been scheming gold from the mint, melting the coins down and recasting them with more copper. Aha, I thought the coins from the money were light. Ragnar begins rummaging in his pocket. What is that, a book of dirty secrets? Pointing at the book. I'd rather think it is. Why, this silly little book might be worth more than the rest of our loot put together, you say. And you think the lady usually might have been looking for that book, Seth? Eyes down to you. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to bring her to mind. You put up your hand to reassure your friend. It is well that I learned to not judge a woman by her face, you say, doing your best to give a convincing shrug. I had heard house at green. I still don't know how to say that word. Had fallen on hard times. Desperation leads to an evil path, does it not? Ryder nods vigorously, sloshing his drink. The glassy eyes expression on your friend's face is the last thing you see before you black out. You are standing over a bed shouting, "No, Ragnar, you can't die, please." You are pushing down on Ragnar's neck, attempting to stem the... It is no use. He is suddenly dead on the blood-soaked bed, and there is no pulse. What? Guys, now you shout and run out of the room. You are now in what you recognize as the hallway. You shout for help and look back at him helplessly. From here you can see bloody fingerprints printed on the wall around Reinhardt runes that appear to be some sort of spell used to harvest power from a soul. There are footsteps from behind, and you turn to see a city guard and an old man. Seize that one, the old man creaks as he points at you. He is the murderer. To be continued. Dear reader, here is a map of the area you recently ventured. Don't expect much accuracy. Medieval cartograph did not sweep the details. Also, you can see a more complete map of Ring City and the shrine area at any time by selecting maps from the main menu. There is a great deal more adventure above. Show stats from the volume. Wait, what? Alright, well, I think that's going to end our day, our episode. And as you see, I ended up with life 4, mana 1, and gold at 240 with moral 19. Alright, y'all have a good day, and smash that like button if you enjoyed. Bye!